Welcome to HueFin News. Today is December the 1st, 2017, and this is our daily cryptocurrency market analysis where we are giving you guys the news according to the charts through the price bars and the volume to make it as simple as possible to show you that it is possible to predict where prices are going to go. We've been doing that ever since we started this channel on YouTube, and you guys can see, those who have been watching for quite a while can see that what we are doing is quite efficient, quite precise, and very accurate. As a matter of fact, the market has shrugged off the market sell-off that was on yesterday, and the market has came back into a buying frenzy. Now, before the day started, the market was trading lower, but as the market was trading lower, the volume was awfully light, and that told us from the very beginning that the market was going to move higher, and we analyzed that on our video yesterday for majority of these cryptocurrencies. So I hope you guys was prepared for the moves, and just goes to show you that the market is still ready for higher prices. And tonight's analysis will be quite easy because a lot of these bars close towards the highs, so obviously the market is very strong overall, and some of these cryptos will continue to move higher. Before we get started, you guys know that we are not investment advisors and we are not giving you investment advice, but what we are here is to show you that you too can learn the language of the markets, because that's how we maintain profitability, and that's how we are able to enter these trades correctly and get out the trades at the right time. So looking at this website, you guys can see that the market cap is back up to $330 billion. Yesterday was at 307, so $23 billion came in the market on just one day, and that just shows you that the market has shrugged off all the weakness, all the fearfulness of the market sell-off from yesterday, and the market is just getting prepped for higher prices. Bitcoin on this website is back at $11,125.50, up 10.67. Ethereum also is up almost 7%. Bitcoin Cash up 8.51. Ripple 4.24. Dash 1.91. Litecoin up substantially double digits, 15.66. Bitcoin Gold 5.90. IOTA's up 8.26. Cardano up 12.20. Ethereum Classic 17.23. Monero 10.71, and Neo 10.82. So a lot of these cryptocurrencies has maintained or recovered from the market sell-off with double-digit returns, and it just shows you the eagerness of these cryptocurrencies moving higher. So going to this Bitfinex exchange website, you guys can see that Bitcoin is up 13.08%. Last trade was at $11,058. So looking at the daily price bar, we told you that the market was going to move higher due to the fact that the market has came in and bought up all the selling that occurred on the previous day. So the market has moved substantially higher on the day, and on top of that, the bar closed towards the high of the bar. So that's why the market is moving higher at this time, and that's going to be our analysis as well for Bitcoin, for them to move higher. But in the event that they do move lower, you guys can expect them to at least come back down to $10,800 originally. And if you get more weakness around that $10,800 area, it definitely will come back to $10,600. Okay. So that's our analysis overall. It's definitely for Bitcoin to at least come back towards $11,150. It might come back there a touch, or might even move higher towards 11,200. But given the fact that the market has shrugged off all of the selling, and especially for majority of all these altcoins, including Bitcoin, the market definitely runs the prospect of moving higher. But we just told you where Bitcoin can possibly move lower to. Okay, so now let's go to Ethereum. So Ethereum is up 9.77. Last trade $466.81. So quite simple. Ethereum has came right back towards this area of resistance at $460, currently trading above it. That is what we like to see, and we expect it to at least come back up to and around $480. But if the market does move lower, it might come all the way back down to the low of this particular bar, which is around $446. Okay. But overall, we're still expecting the market to move higher, and we're looking for 480 to maybe even almost $500 for Ethereum to come and touch. So now let's go to Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is up 13.21. Last trade was at $1,442.30. So the market moved lower on today for Bitcoin Cash, and it was able to close higher than the high of even yesterday's bar, and even closed higher than the close from yesterday. So the market for Bitcoin Cash is still strong at the moment. It might come back to these lows around 1,500, 1,525. It might even come back up to $1,600 as well if we get volume backing the move on today on this current bar that is forming. If we get lighter volume, just like we have today as Bitcoin Cash is moving higher, then it might just come back to 1,525. But if we get more volume, then it definitely runs the probability of coming to and around $1,600 or even higher. So if we move it to a smaller time frame, let's see where Bitcoin Cash can possibly come up to. So definitely 1480 is in the cards for Bitcoin Cash, but we're looking around 1520 or even around $1,600 for Bitcoin Cash to come at least to touch. But if the market is going to move lower, expect it to possibly come to and around $1,300. Okay. So now let's go to Ripple. So Ripple is up 7.38. Last trade was at 24 cents, almost 25 cents, and the market for Ripple is trading right back around this area of resistance of around 25 cents. And what we need to see again for Ripple is a push to go up bar. You see the market shot past 25 cents on today, but stockpile came in and made it close lower than 25 cents. And you guys can see that the volume is awfully light for Ripple and some of these altcoins, even with Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash. The volume is awfully light. So either that tells us that the market is not being restricted with a lot of selling, and that would definitely make the market shoot higher, or there's not interest in higher prices. But given the wide spread of today's bars, the market is not being resisted towards a lot of selling in the market. So that's why we have the large spread on today's bars. So even with Ripple, we're still expecting them to move higher, and it might come back to the high of today's high bar around 25.5 cents, or it might even come all the way back up to 26 cents as well. Okay. But since we do have stockpile on today's bar, I will show you where we are anticipating Ripple to come and touch in the short term. So 24.5 cents. It's a definite area for Ripple to come and touch, and if not that, we can definitely expect them to come right back down to 24 cents in the short term if Ripple is going to move lower. So now let's go to Litecoin. So Litecoin is up 19.77%, 72. Last trade was at $99.79, and the market for Litecoin is continuing to move higher, which just goes to show you that the interest in prices is in higher. It's in higher prices, excuse me. The market may come all the way back up to the high from the 29th of November, which was $102, almost $103. And overall, the market for Litecoin is definitely giving us precursors of strength, and there's nothing in the background for us to gauge to where Litecoin can possibly come and touch. But generally, Litecoin is going to be moving higher. So that's going to be our analysis on today. But if Litecoin is going to move lower, then it definitely could come back down to and around $96 or even $94, $95. Okay. So now let's go to Dash. So Dash is up 4.60%. Last trade was at $786.89. So Dash continues to trug higher in price, even though we are getting stockpiled on each previous day. The market continues to consume all of the selling that's in the market for Dash, and it just shows you how strong Dash is at the time. And even with today's bar, the volume is light, so the market for Dash may actually trade sideways. It might come back to the high from the 30th of November, which was $811, right? But if we do get volume for Dash on tomorrow on this bar that is currently forming, it can definitely shoot past and go all the way up to 825 or even 830. But since the market for today's bar has stockpile on it, I would definitely show you where it is anticipated that Dash can move to. It might come back down to 760 or even all the way down to 720 if the volume, as Dash is trading up here at this high range, if the volume stays light at this present time, then the market would definitely move lower, and that first spot will be $760 or even $740 for Dash to come in touch. But if not, it can definitely come back to the lows of these two particular bars, which is $747. Okay. So now we are going to go to NEO. So NEO was up 14.64%. Last trade was at $35.90. So a lot of these altcoins, you guys notice for today, is right back trading at the area of resistance. And what we need to see is a push to go bar for majority of these altcoins in order for them to break through that resistance and move higher. If we do not get that, then the market will just trade sideways to even lower. And that is the same situation with NEO. You guys can see that it's back here around that $36 area, and the last two times NEO came towards $36, it fell down momentarily, traded lower for a couple of days, couple of weeks, and then it took this push to go bar in order for them to move through $36, and then you guys can see that it came and fell back down. So now we need to see another push to go bar. If we get that, it's no problem for NEO to come to 38 or even $40 on tomorrow's trading. If we don't, then it can come all the way back down to 34 or even 32. So that's our analysis for NEO, and you guys can see as the market is moving higher, the volume is also getting lighter. That necessarily does not mean that the market is going to move lower, but we just need to acknowledge that the volume is decreasing as NEO is moving higher, especially as it gets towards the $36 area. So like I told you, if we don't get a push to go up bar, the market will not be moving higher. It might move higher, but then it will shoot lower with stockpile coming in on the bar. So that's our analysis. So now let's go to Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic is up 26.41. Last trade was at $30.66. So the market for Ethereum Classic is awfully strong. We have a very wide spread bar. The market shot lower on the beginning half of today's trading, but you guys can see that the market participants has became buyers and pushed the market higher, and that is one of the signs that we like to see. And this is a precursor of strength. That's why the market for Ethereum Classic is currently moving higher, and it might come back to the close and the open from these 2 days, the 28th and the 29th of November, which is around $31.50. So the market definitely could come back up to that point, or even $32. Given the amount of volume that was here on today, the market may just come back to $31.30 in the short term. But if we get more volume, then expect Ethereum Classic to move higher and definitely past the high from the 28th. It definitely might go to $34. So the last one is going to be Monero. So Monero is up 14.52 last trade, $192.96. So Monero is definitely giving us a precursor to strength, and we're expecting them to at least come to the close and the open from the 28th and the 29th of November, which is around $197. So that's $5 away. That is a very good profit if you guys trade it right here where it's trading now. But obviously this is a precursor strength, so our analysis for Monero is for them to move higher. We would like to see more volume on this particular bar that is forming now, and that would definitely give us more confirmation that Monero wants to stay at this price range. If volume is not appearing on this current bar that is forming, then the best that Monero would do would just trade sideways, and that's between $200 to even around $175. You guys can see that Monero is definitely in a very strong uptrend right now in the background. The market is definitely aiming towards $196 or even a little higher than that, $197. And if we get stockpile around that area, the market may come back down to $188 or even $192 originally, okay? But overall, the market for Monero is still giving us more precursors of strength, and that's why we're expecting them to continue to move higher. So that's our analysis for today, December 1st, 2017. And we just hope that you guys saw our video yesterday, because you all have made substantial gains along with us with the trade on today. And that's why we try to emphasize to you all that you got to be in front of the move prior to the move actually happening.